Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today I found a really weird little box just in the attic. I opened it, and it has a sign on it. Um, this is, I don't know what this is, but, I never learned how to read, so I don't know what's in here. Terrible meal. Oh, that says Dad's box. Okay, well, why does my dad have my copy of Terrible Meal? What's this? Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh. I don't think these are movies I can review on Shock and Schlock, you guys. What's that sound? What's that sound? What? What? What's... a movie? What is this? Water Power. I guess I'll check this one out. Alright, let's see what it is. That was wet. Okay. Herschel, we're going to do the review for the audience. Waterpower. Let's talk about it, shall we? Okay, well, Waterpower by Gerard Damiano, starring Jamie Gillis. What's it about? What could have done this to me? Well, Waterpower was an adult film about a man who gives people forced enemas because he thinks that prostitutes and women are dirty people. This movie's about as grimy, disgusting, raunchy as you can imagine. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it's about. Jamie Gillis' character witnesses an enema at this sex club that he goes to after sort of being bored by everything, and he's already shown to be a peeping Tom and pervert, and then he sees that occur and decides, hey, that's for me, and goes about on a rampage a la Taxi Driver, busting into homes and giving enemas, because he is the enema bandit. Alright, well, that's the story. What do I want to say about this? Alright, first the good. The film is acted well, shot well, it's written well. It's very dark, very disturbing. It's an adult film, but in the way that they were in the 70s, so it's much more focused on the story than, something. I would call it, I don't want to get I don't want to get age restricted on this video, so let's call it kissing movies. It's a terrible kissing movie, but it's a great film. It definitely feels like it is more of a kissing movie in execution, but not thought. Like, this is definitely meant to be more of a film. But here's where we're going to talk about it a little bit. It's very, very foul and disgusting. Obviously, enemas, if you know what that is, a lot of those happen, and they're unsimulated, and they're very graphic, and, people say you're full of crap, and, these people, they literally are, and you see it come out, and Jamie Gill seems to really enjoy it in this movie, and it's very dark, very gross, very grimy, very rough. This is going to be one of the only adult films that I talk about on the channel because it is worth mentioning um, as an extreme cinema film on its own. Um, yeah, it's very grimy. This movie made me feel like I needed to shower afterwards. It just hit me with water. I feel like when you open this, it just sprays you. Um, yeah. What didn't I like though? Well, it's an adult film, and I won't. What many of you may not know is I'm a fan of a lot of vintage adult films starring Jamie Gillis. I think that was a strange era for filmmaking in general. He was a great actor, very interesting person, but he definitely had a dark side. There's a lot of movies that he did called the home movies. Don't look into that, please. Please don't look into that because of this. Um, where he displayed a much darker side of himself, and this is definitely one of those films that you're like, whoa. Um, but yeah, I don't. Being an adult film, it's an odd sort of case about what you like and dislike in this because I mean, I almost feel like the regular kissing scenes that don't involve what Jamie Gillis is all about in this are just a little bit boring. They slow down the movie. If you're taking it as an actual film, if you're taking this as an adult film, it's a terrible adult film. None of this is arousing or erotic at all. It's just very rough, depraved, gross, and extreme. Um, but yeah, technically it's very well done. The acting all around is pretty good. It's well paced. Really, my only complaint technically about it is that the film is currently not available with an official release on DVD or Blu-ray. So this is the best edition that I found. I've bought one from Sloppy Second Sales as well as Third Foundation Media. I'm going to link down where to get that below. This is the best edition that I found. I think they did a great job on this one, but you can only do so much with the original film reels and what you're provided here. So there's going to be a lot of moments where the audio sounds very either hard to hear or is really rough. The visuals sometimes switch between looking good and looking bad just because to get the uncut version, the version released in the US was a cut version. The uncut version, which is shown here, is 20 minutes longer. This bootleg also comes with a Alpha France cut without the extra footage, which makes the film look much better, but you're not going to get the full experience. It's about 20 minutes shorter. But yeah, that's sort of just the only technical issue that I have, but it just comes as a result of the film being old. I know this isn't a typical movie that I'd review, and it sort of started out weird, and I'm trying to do different stuff for this, but you know, should you check it out? Well, if you are above 18 and you are enjoying films such as Taxi Driver, The Joker, stuff like that, about sort of someone that's been run down by the world and is starting to lose their mind and starts doing crazy things, then yeah, give it a go. If you're familiar with Ruffies from the 70s, then yeah, you've either probably seen this or probably want to now. For everybody else, I would give this a pass. I am going to continue to say that this is an adult film, so the scenes between people are unsimulated, as well as the water power aspect. It's very gross. This film sort of works as a gross out film as well. It's very stomach churning if you have a weak stomach. I wouldn't recommend it to those with a weak constitution or those easily offended. Even for fans of extreme cinema, stuff like this is going to be a tough watch a lot of the time, especially if you're not prepared. But for those who are into that type of movie, into Jamie Gillis, yeah, definitely give it a go. As a story, it's not perfect. It's well paced, but it definitely does feel sort of like a rip off of Taxi Driver, which was around the same time. Um, Waterpower was released in 1976, while Taxi Driver was also released the same year. So you can definitely say that this is one of those sort of this is like the adult film equivalent of an asylum movie where they're trying to capitalize on the current film that's really popular. But in this case, it's actually pretty well done. It doesn't feel like a parody, and it does take itself very, very seriously, which makes it very disturbing. Jamie Gillis's performance in this is very unhinged. he almost looks like he's a little bit too comfortable sneaking into people's houses, if you know. But yeah, he did a great job. Everybody else in the film did a great job as well. It definitely holds up as being a disturbing piece of media 40 some years later. Um, for fans of Jamie Gillis in general, well worth a watch just to see one of his most unhinged performances. People that are liking the sort of Taxi Driver, Joker-esque movies like I mentioned before, and are willing to watch in a film that's made, an adult film partially as well. Yeah, give it a go. I'm going to put some links in the description to purchase it from Third Foundation Media as well as Sloppy Second Sales. Third Foundation Media, I want to give them a shout out. $12, including shipping if you're in the United States. I just messaged them on Instagram. They shipped it out, got here within less than a week, so really happy about that. I know that I did the little skit at the beginning of the movie, but this was actually the second time that I watched this for the review. Um, but yeah, it's pretty good. Um, it's sort of just an odd movie to review, but it was a movie that I wanted to do a full video on just because it's so odd and out there. Probably going to do another review today as well, just to sort of balance this one out. But yeah, if you're a fan of the content that I've put out in the last few videos, definitely give this a go. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, not really a horror film, but very extreme, very disturbing, very grimy. Yeah, well worth the watch for people that are open to it. So keep an eye out for that. I also want to do a quick announcement here that the TeePublic page for Odd Art and My Art is back up officially. We got that settled with the TeePublic team. They had a copyright issue, or it got struck by the automatic system. We disputed that. They checked over our stuff, and there was obviously no copyright there. I think it was actually the design for either my channel or the Squirmfest design that got it copyright struck there. But yeah, it's back up though. $13 on shirts if you're watching this today. Yeah, definitely give that a look as well. If you buy one of the Shock and Schlock t-shirts as well, all the profits from that are going to the Trevor Project. So you're helping a good cause as well as helping me in getting some cool stuff. So, keep an eye out for that. And once again, I've been Herschel Gillis. 0 brain cells, 0 planning, and 0 execution skills. 0 thoughts. 0 planning. 0 editing. 0 direct eye contact. I know I always look like I'm looking off to the side, but I am filming this on my iPhone because I am a broke student. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a better camera. This has really started pulling up, but I've gained, 31 subscribers in about a month, so thank you to everybody that's watching this and my terrible content. I really like making these videos, though. I really like watching these movies and discussing with you guys. I really appreciate everybody that's helped me make this project what it is so far, and I'm really looking forward to sharing my own short film Daisy with you guys in the future. Make sure to check out the teaser on my channel as well. Not an indication of the quality of the full movie or anything about that. It's more just a conceptual idea there. Also, check out my Instagram. Yeah, I'm going to post some stuff about both Daisy, my short film, as well as other short films on there. You can find the link to my Reddit box, or my letterbox, find out about my letterbox, see reviews for stuff that I don't necessarily cover on the channel. Just like shorter reviews, I did a review of the film Manure there today from James and May Bell. Just a 20-minute short, so I didn't want to make a full video on it. But, if you want to see my thoughts on it, I have it there on Instagram as well. So I'm going to put some links there for myself, Odd Art, and where to buy this. So once again, this is Herschel Gillis. 0 thoughts, 0 planning, 0 brain cells, and 0 execution skills. So make sure to stay around, and I will always be here for you guys making this terrible content. If there is one viewer out there, I'm still going to be here. So, yes. Keep following me, guys. Thanks.